White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre had a very bad day at the office when she had to walk away from the podium after being confronted with questions about the John Durham report. Let's see what happened.
White House reaction to Special Counsel Durham's report on how the FBI handled the Trump-Russia probe.
I would leave it to the Department of Justice to speak to.
Talks often about how he wants the DOJ and FBI to remain independent and, above the fray. That report seems to reflect the opposite. Does he agree with Special Counsel Durham that there needs to be wholesale changes at the FBI?
Again, that is with the Department of Justice. That's not something that I'm going to speak from the podium. As you just stated in your question, we believe in an independent Department of Justice. That's what the president said when he was running, and that's what the president has said the last 2 years. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in Japan.
Run, Karine, run. They might ask another question. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Here, let's just be clear. The Biden Department of Justice, Biden doesn't want an independent Department of Justice. What they want is a controlled Department of Justice. The Department of Justice under Biden is filled with people who support Joe Biden, people who oppose Donald Trump, people who supported Barack Obama. Why not? Barack Obama expanded many of these jobs, many of these offices, to fill them with people who were direct Obama supporters, who were social justice warriors, who are purporting as lawyers, who have created this weaponized DOJ. So yeah, they want an independent Department of Justice because an independent Department of Justice in their mind is a Department of Justice that does exactly what they want without having to be told. It's one thing if the president's telling them to do something, then you have some responsibility. But in this instance, the bureaucrats know what they're supposed to do. They're primed to do what they're supposed to do. And that is go after people who don't agree with the Biden administration, go after people who don't agree with the Obama administration, and go after anybody who happened to agree with the Trump administration. They knew that in advance. That's why they were hired. And that's why the Karine Jean-Pierre says, oh yeah, we want an independent Department of Justice because it is an independent. Here's the truth. When you elect somebody president, you have a right to expect that the policies pursued by the Department of Justice are going to follow the policies of that administration. That means it's not independent. It is dependent. It is part of the executive branch. It's part of the executive branch for a reason. And the political weaponization of the Department of Justice done under the Obama administration, continued through the Trump administration into Biden, is the independence that they keep talking about, where the bureaucrats are able to independently impose their political will on the people and take over and basically make the whole political process a moot point. Let's just be clear. The Durham investigation, the Durham report shows what happens with a weaponized FBI, with a weaponized DOJ, with a weaponized State Department, weaponized CIA, a weaponized Department of Defense. It shows exactly what happens when you have that. The only thing the Durham report didn't do was give a remedy on how to fix it. That will be a political decision that will have to be made in 2025 once a new administration takes over, and we can have a real look at how to make a Department of Justice serve the people and not the political whims of the far left elite. This is Rick Manning, President of Americans for Limited Government, signing off.